it's the Empire, Geobox Empire, Backstory Boxing. Now, the Triple G Canelo fight happened, and it was an incredible fight, man. The scorecards, for the most part, were close, right? One judge had it 114, 114 a draw. One judge had it 115, 113 Golovkin, and a judge named Bird had it 118 Canelo, 110 Triple G. And like I said, the 2 to 3 scorecards were really close. You know, one guy had one person winning by 2 rounds, the other person had it a draw, and one person had it a wide slide for Canelo Alvarez. Now, the person who had a wide slide for Canelo Alvarez, they're suspended, man. Bird. They're suspended from judging fights. And this is a really big deal, man. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, every time there's a big name fight, no discrimination or anything, but there's a lot of women who are suspended for having controversial scorecards. I've seen it a lot. I don't know why it's like a trend, but I hear about people having scorecards pretty wide a lot, but I never heard them getting suspended for it. But for some reason, every time a woman judges a fight and they have a controversial scoring, they're always suspended. You know, I never hear about refs being suspended for stopping fights too early, you know, or judges, doing, because actually, a referee who's a bad referee can stop a fight and completely destroy someone's career, just because he thought the fighter was hurt. But a ref having a white scorecard, it happens more often than what you think. So I was pretty shocked that someone got suspended for having a white scorecard. But I mean, if you think about it, it sort of makes sense because 2 of the 3 scorecards are really close. I mean, it was by 1 or 2 rounds, and one guy had it a draw. And this woman Bird had it 118, 110 Canelo, which is crazy wide for this fight, which was the super fight. Canelo Alvarez Triple G. It was a really good fight. It was close. There's different dynamics in the fight. Triple G was coming forward, trying to land the power shots. Canelo was really boxing, using the skills, and then sometimes switching it up and coming forward too. So it was really a lot of dynamics in this fight. It wasn't a one-dimensional fight where Canelo Alvarez is doing whatever he wants to do. To have it so wide is a 118, 110. So that scorecard is really controversial, man. You know, um, I'm not shocked, sorta, that someone got suspended for it, and I was a woman. Um, it was pretty wide, in my opinion. I thought that coming into this fight, I thought Triple G was gonna win the fight. I gave an edge out to Canelo, but maybe by 1 or 2 rounds. Nothing like 118, 110. I thought Triple G did really well in this fight. I thought he almost did what he wanted to do. He wanted to really knock out Canelo, but in my opinion, he was really headhunting. I didn't really see Triple G landed one really solid body shot in this whole fight. I really think he didn't even throw any, really. He was trying to headhunt all the time. I think if Triple G went down to the body, it would be a whole other fight, but he didn't. So, yeah, man, I thought Canelo basically, he had levels in this fight. He worked the body, he worked the head, he was boxing, he was aggressive at certain points of the fight. Triple G did land some shots that wobbled Canelo though. So that's another reason why Triple G could have had him winning, just because all the fact of when he did land those shots, Canelo looked like he was in trouble. Because he'll get hit and Canelo will literally stop with whatever he's doing to be super defensive after he gets hit. You know. So this fight was really good, man. I enjoyed it, and no one's gonna complain about a rematch, man, at all. So let me know how you guys feel about the Judge Bird being suspended for scorecards, man. You think that's justified, or you think Canelo really won that, like 118, 110? That's really, it's pretty big. It's pretty big gap. Um, I think HBO had it like 116, 112 Triple G. So, they had it by 4 rounds. So, I mean, but not by 8 though. So I mean that's why it gets. Teddy Atlas, he's a super Triple G fan. So Teddy Atlas, he's like super wide, ride or die for Triple G. It's obvious. He's like a fanboy. He's probably been paid off. Let's just be honest. Because he gets a little delusional. And when Triple G wasn't doing great like he's supposed to, today yeah, let's talk about, oh, he's deteriorating, he's doing this, he's doing that. Triple G isn't deteriorating. He's just finding different kind of styles of fighter. When you find different styles in the boxing ring, it's good as that. There's always one style that doesn't mix well with yours. There's always a kryptonite to somebody's style. That's just like a fact. When Tyson fought Buster Douglas, he was boxing on the outside. He didn't see it coming, but he knew how to box and then land power shots from the outside. There's always a kryptonite to someone's boxing ability. And Canelo, it's about as bad as it gets for Triple G because he's a boxer puncher and he has speed. So not only can he box you, but he can hit you with power shot combinations. So yeah, man. I mean, Triple G. I mean, and then Canelo too. He was, that's his kryptonite too. I mean, he's fighting a power puncher, definitely the hardest puncher he ever fought in his career, and he can box. So they both really had a contrasting styles, and this is made to be a really good fight, and it was a good fight, man. And second fight would be even better. But yeah, man. So I mean, it's hard to say this is a controversial fight when you had one judge give it 118, 110, and then one judge had it a draw, and then Triple G barely won by 2 rounds by one judge scorecard. It makes it seem not that close when you have one judge having it so wide. So I think I think Bird messed up the narrative of the scorecards. That's why they're being suspended because it just doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good at all. So let me know how you guys feel. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobox Empire. Peace. All right.